You having a foggy moment does not excuse your behavior. Take a moment, cut, and take a break. Take a breather. Walk out the room. Go smoke a cigarette. Go prostitute. You do not get to have a nigga moment. What's up? It's your boy Centron coming back at you with another reaction video. Now, kid you not, this is my real name. We're gonna do some analysis, man, and it's just you know what this man's been through, and what he's put himself through, and what he's still going through. But let's see how he tries to get off the hook for this one. Kids, don't join a gang or click. Yeah, you've been doing a lot of work, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see what you got to say. Okay.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Pause. Yeah. You having a foggy moment does not excuse your behavior. Take a moment, cut, and take a break. Take a breather. Walk out the room. Go smoke a cigarette. Go prostitute. Do something to calm down. But when you're on national television, syndicated television, a program that's gonna be broadcast for its name and for films that it's bringing light to for the whole world to see, you do not get to have a nigga moment. That is unfucking acceptable. And if it was action, okay, repetitive words, okay, but you couldn't wait till commercial break. You couldn't, wait until after show. Okay, maybe that's not, a course of action, but you did this in front of millions of Americans, and then later hundreds of millions, if not billions of people. And it's cost you gravely in the financial department, as well as the public sphere, public opinion. Think before you act. You're almost 50. For us to have to tell you this, you get no breaks. You get no excuses being laid down on the road for you. This is just what it is. Like, and I can tell that it's Jimmy. His hand is shaking while he's apologizing. No, your status, your stature, it's just too big for us to just sweep this under the rug. Handle your issues before it gets to that point. This is, like I said, we've all said, this has been this was a triggering moment. This wasn't just something encapsulated in that one moment that just set him off. Go to therapy. Handle that shit, or cut out what's ailing you, Will. Anyways, let's continue, man. Click.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did. And, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. Wasn't him. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable.
Yeah, probably. Terminal.
I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment.
Unpack.
And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment.
Pause. And there goes the argument for people saying that, he's defending his woman or whatever. The perpetrator himself is coming out and negating your cause. What he did was irreparably damaging to a man, and by proxy, us as black men and black people. It propagated the image. If Will Smith could be this violent, the safe Negro on television, in front of a live audience, how can we dare trust a baby or any other Pookie or Ray? That's going to be propagated in the minds of, going forward. And to some extent, of course, come anyways and don't give about, those kind of things and stereotypes. But don't give it legs to stand on. Don't give the argument legs to stand on. And yeah, all of you defending, him defending his wife, she hung his ass out to dry just a day or two later. So the person he was actually fighting for, A2 Brutus, stabbed him in the back, leaving him no legs to stand on. Out, bleeding out. Hit a critical artery in a pool of his own blood, face down. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, that he had to even come out and say that. And people, of course, they're not gonna want to rehash it. I guarantee if you bring it up, people are, that's old news, and why you bringing up the past and all this stuff. What if it was the shoe on the other foot? With another argument where if he had to hit a woman or something like that, we'd never allow him to live it down, or allow a man to live it down. So it would have no statute of limitations on that. But anyways, let's continue, man. Click.
There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. Mm-hmm. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it.
Pause. We all know that this is false. We can call her Emperor Palpatine or whatever, but we know that she's pulling the strings behind this machination of a iRobot that we see before us called Will. He glanced over at her, and it was like a telepathic connection, like the air, the coordinate. Will, get your ass up and do something. She might not have said that, but he felt in his mind they had to defend her. Otherwise, why would you go out there and do it? But that's just ingenuity of Will to say that she had nothing to do with it. When you looked over at her, What was exchanged in that glance, in that look? Because she didn't verbally have to tell you to do it. You were already pre-programmed to do it. So you were running off that pre-selection there already. But yeah, she's like Palpatine. She's got no hands tied in this officially. There's no documentation that we can find, or no video evidence that we could use in a court of law that would, beyond a shadow of a doubt, be able to stick her to this accusation. But we all know we are not fucking. You think we're? I mean, you think you're treating us like we're stupid, like we don't have a set of working eyes ourselves to look at this. It's clear what happened. Admit to that, and him not being able to chalk up to this admission shows us the real root of the problem has not been solved. And I'm not even saying he has to break up with Jada to deal with this. Stand up and be a fucking man, Will. But no, what do you call it? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. But you can't. You're so washed. You're so washed. Yeah. I do not see this relationship ending well for him. Her, she's got everything that she wants and more. All right, let's get back into it, man. Click.
I'm sorry, babe. I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me. And it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment.
It sure did.
I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down?
Yeah, you can only just convey your condolences.
So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me.
Pause. That is damning to say the least, because this is all being caused by you feeling that you're letting someone down and you don't want to let someone down. Let's just say it plainly. Let Jada go. Let her go. It's gone, man. Whatever you had, what you could have had if you would have been a stronger man, it's gone. Like I said, it's possible to repair that. It would take extensive work to fix what is wrong there. To me, it's not even worth it, because it would just cost so much peace. And energy, investment to repair that. It would be easier to just move on, and nobody would blame you at this point. Nobody for moving on. But him not being able to let that go, not wanting to fail. You, of all people, should know failure is the hallmark of success. You fail, and then you learn from it. Even if it's something this big that your marriage, or something you built with another person, and you have kids out of. Everyone can see at this point, Will, it is beyond healthy. It is terminal, critical. It's costing you. We can see all that it's the cost upon your being is it's too great. But yeah, you shouldn't be worried about disappointing us. You wouldn't have to be worried about that if you were standing within your frame, within your truth. But you're just, like I said, she's behind the scenes. So it's just like you don't have a center. You are living for other people, and that is never good. You made it. You've made it. It is time to let go of those mechanisms that allowed you to get to where you are. Cast them aside. They are no longer useful, Will. They only serve to your detriment. If you don't stop this now, Will, it's gonna severely cost you. And look, it's already cost you this much. Yeah, you will trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of yourself. That's like trying to deal with the problem without accepting the consequences that come with it. That's like trying to take chemotherapy without dealing with the side effects. You're gonna be vomiting, you're gonna lose hair. That's just the nature of confronting yourself. Like, you're gonna realize, that you're a piece of shit. And you say you don't like thinking of yourself as a piece of shit, but you are. And you have to hit rock bottom. But the beautiful thing is, you can rise from the ashes like a phoenix. When you truly deal with yourself and your problems and your issues, you can reinvent yourself. You can be reborn. But what you're doing right now is just surface level treating these problems. And you're really not going to get better just by treating the cough with a soothing lozenge. Get to the root issue. Okay, so you're a piece of shit. Okay, we're dealing with the what. What we need to uncover is the why. Why did this happen? All right, let's continue. Click.
And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and
that's not
I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
I don't see that happening with Chris, with the world. There's going to be some people that come back, but I feel like this did irrefutable damage to that perception of who you are. And until, like I said, until you get to the root cause of this, it's just going to be cyclical. It may not be an implosion of this magnitude, but something similar. You're going to have future breakdowns. This is it's pejorative what you're doing right now. If you just deal with it on the surface level. I'm saying you're doing the work and you're gonna bring joy and like to that. It's not about a balancing scales thing. It's about being consistent, Will. Right now you have poison within you, close to you, of similar to the radioactive nature that's making you sick on a constant basis. Why not remove yourself from within the proximity of that poison so that you don't have to deal with this chemotherapy like this? I don't want to deal with cancer if I don't have to. If I get it removed the first time, okay, watch out for it. Relapse when I'm in remission. But to go and treat this like dialysis, it's just foolish. Like you said, I don't know if this is repairable, because we're looking at someone who has done the work that they think is going to fix the situation, while being injured. This is just the beginning.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you
Thanks for watching. Check me out at Centron Anime, Centron Life, or Centron Laughs, or other social media.